Hey, this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this fun card with the Bold Bouquet bundle. All right, here is my Bold Bouquet card using some of the new masks. So I used the 4 square decorative masks that are in the annual catalog. So you have these squares and X's and this pretty design, but this is definitely my favorite one, is the diagonal kind of geometric plaid print. So I'm gonna use the Tahitian Tide cardstock, and definitely want a piece of scrap paper. And it's also a good idea to just put a tiny bit of adhesive on the back to hold it in place temporarily. And I just use my finger to kind of take some of the tackiness off. And then I'm going to use some washi tape to hold the mask in place so it doesn't move. And these masks are made of a thicker plastic than Stampin' Up's previous masks, so I really like them a lot. So I'm going to use Tahitian Tide, like I mentioned, and I have a blending brush for Tahitian Tide, and I'm just going to get it inked up really well and just kind of rub it off on the side to take off some of the harsh spots. But when you're using a mask, you don't really see them. So I'm just going to start inking it up all over, and we'll get a little bit more ink, and we'll start down here a little, and you're just gonna add the ink all over. You could do an ombre where you make the ink darker on one side, or you could make it darker on all 4 edges and lighter in the middle. You could do it from diagonal to diagonal. You could do a partial inking where you just ink part of the middle of the mask. And there's so many different ways that you can use the mask. But this is just your plain old inking the mask everywhere. And I think it turns out beautifully. So this is our design. And then I have a base, card base, a thick white. And for the sentiment, I'm also going to just add a little bit of the Tahitian Tide to one of the Nested Essentials dies. So this is the largest curved rectangle. They also have these banners and these other pieces as well as part of the dies. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment, "Thanks for blessing my life," right here in the middle towards the right. And I love splatters, so I'm going to splatter this by using some of the ink that I have placed in here and a water painter. And I'm just going to squeeze the water painter, get some water going, and get some more water. And there we have a good amount of water. And I'm just going to start tapping lightly because I have a lot of water, maybe too much water. Take off a little bit of water so I can make this some smaller splatters. And then we can turn it, splatter the other way. And you can get all kinds of splatters on there. And then just clean up any random splatters that might have strayed off of your page. All right, now I am going to stamp the smaller flower in Flirty Flamingo and the larger flower in Sweet Sorbet. And then I'm gonna ink this flower with Sweet Sorbet for the flower, and then flip it over and ink the leaf petals in Parakeet Party. And we get our cute little flower there. And then I have a whole bunch of leaf stamps that I'm going to stamp in the Parakeet Party. So one of the little ones. Can do one of the large ones. And then I can cut these out using the dies that cut out all the images. There's also a couple of fun leaf stamps that I'll be using in another card, so make sure to check out that video. And then all of these lovely sentiments like the one that we stamped here. So I've stamped and cut everything out, and now I'm just going to assemble the card. And that is my Bold Bouquet card using the masks for the background. You can get this card kit for $30, or if you place an order for the bundle, or $50 using my current host code, I will send it to you for just $5 shipping.